Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's doing well. So that did it. Anyone get an email today? Hey, Moondog, Petro. Oh, the sleep. Hey, Steven. Robert, good morning. Glenn. Awesome. Email just came.
All right, here we go. Where's my background, Matt? Do you know?
You got to set it up on Zoom.
Yeah, I got a background. I got to set my background. There's my beach. I'm at back at the beach. Look at that. How about San Francisco? Look at that.
There you go.
I like the beach better. All right. All right. Video, audio. Okay. All right. Turn on YouTube here. Hopefully, folks can hear me okay. All right. Volume seems to be low. Can you guys hear me okay? Volume should be pretty good right now. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. Got that Howard Stern voice. Yes. Hey, Jody. Hey, Naples fan. Hey, Mark. Hey, Raj. Hey, Darren. Charlie, Clyde. Naples fan. Robert. How are you guys? Hey, Richard. How are you? This is the first time I'm logging in through a brand new computer. This is the first time I got a new computer at the work because my computer video card crashed. So I'm testing it out. We still don't have one screen on, but everything else seems to be kosher. So if you guys are noticing some differences today, we spent the last 3 hours getting all my software and everything set up. So hopefully you guys can see and hear me okay. Let me say hello to everybody here on Zoom. We got Steve, Arturo, Bob, Radu, David, Dave, Robert, David, Rachel. We got Bob. We got Steven. We got Dave. We got Murray. How are you, Murray? I hope you're well. Okay, good, good. We got two Daves, we got Jesse, we got Steve, we got Robert, we got Mark. Wes says low. It should be good now, Wes. My volume should be pretty good right now. Yeah, okay, good. Good, good, good. Debbie, Steve, Brendan, John, Richard, Gus, Raymond, Jerry, Tinia, the sassy trainer's in. All right, Wes, we're cooking with gas. A Nick, a Nick, a Nilk, Teresa, Patrick, Joe, Cyrus, John. Sean is on probation. Allowed to use the sell button. Be careful, Sean. iPhone, David, Joel, Marie, Peter. How are you, Peter? Wes, Bob, Deborah, Dennis, Patricia, Zoom user. We got a lot of people coming in here. Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Let me go to 1080. That should improve our quality a little bit. Glad to hear that, Mark. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. And again, I apologize if today things are not um it's a weird day for me because I came in and we had to like download 7 or 8 softwares, this and this and that, but it's all coming together. Let me just share my screen with you and get TC 2000 to pop up. Current version. Ooh, Matt, fast. Look at this. Noticeably. Ooh, that like almost instant.
Wow.
Did you see that?
No, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, that was fast. Like it was like 3 times faster than it usually was. So it's number 2 now. The screen now is number 2, but that was fast. Okay, nice. I like that. That was a nice little pleasant change. So as far as sectors are concerned, you got a predominantly bullish bias right now. Industrial and energy are not rocking and rolling, and technology is not really showing any strength. As far as the broad market is concerned, just pull up this here. As far as the broad market is concerned, you could see that we're waning a little bit here, and it, it would be kind of odd for us to pass through this and not come back and test this area. So you could see that the SPY has been fairly non-eventful today. And by the way, I have not placed any trades today yet in the pit, and I have not placed any trades in the bonus. And we took one trade in quick strike, but I took it off. I didn't like it. We put on was it Matt Oxy?
Oxy.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I don't want to hold energy stocks over the weekend with Trump's doing all this talking. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Steve. And I also don't like market action. I like how the bond market is doing right now, but I don't like the stock market action. I do like the Russell 2000 right now. Interest rate sensitive, doing good. What I don't like is the MAGs, the mega caps. You see, I was hoping we would not do this here. Now, we can continue. We still took out the high. We rejected the VWAP, which is not great. I'd like to see us take out the VWAP. That would be really nice to the upside. But so far, notice we're not seeing much strength from mega caps, where RSP is looking great. Remember, somebody told you that we're going to see a reversion back into this. It's happening. They don't stay out of whack for too long. I'm also encouraged by the fact that we are in fact seeing a higher high here. So that is fantastic. Hey Kevin, how are you? Hey Al, I don't know what we're talking about. Walmart. I don't talk about trades that we're currently have open in members areas here publicly, because if I do, it's going to devalue premium services. But I love how the RSP is breaking out right now. I like that. I like that. It's definitely not happening in SMH, and it's not happening in QQQ. That's okay. That's all right. It's all good. Let's see here. We got 58 here. We got we got people coming in here. Yeah, 300 people here. That's good. We'll probably get 400 by the time we're done. And remember something else. It's Friday. And Friday, we don't have a lot of directional bias. But I'm encouraged by the fact that volatility is on the lower end of the range. I'm encouraged by the fact that the bond market is going higher here. Oxy. Yeah, Oxy's not doing all that great. Yeah, it's too much stuff here. Way too much stuff here. And also in a downtrend. That's I'm glad we got out of it. We made a little money on it. Are poised for turbulent times. Very turbulent times, especially the first quarter. Especially the first quarter. You're welcome, CJ. Hey, Santiago, welcome. Especially with all of the policy changes, the administration changes, there's a lot of unforeseeability. Trump talking about making demands. I demand. I mean, either he demand whatever he wants. Just like Powell is thinks that thinking it through is going to make changes. It's amazing. Good, Steve. Better than nothing. So I'm kind of very neutral right now. I'm neutral. And also, speaking of the market, the broad market, you could see that nothing is up over 1%. Typically, hey Carl, how are you? Typically, when you don't see anything up over 1%, you're not seeing a very strong bias in the market. And that's typical for Friday. And remember, Friday we typically peter out around 2 o'clock. So I'll probably be looking for swing trades for the pit and other programs today. I know we have. Hey, Peter, how are you? Good to see you, and thank you again for that tip last week, or the week before last week. I appreciate it. That very, very, very good find. Very good find. Yeah, me too. Right now, Sean. If energy can break down a little lower, look at USO. It's just kind of flat, not really doing much. But we have this gap, and if it breaks down, it'll fill it. Also, remember we tried to break this level several times with gusto, and we couldn't. There seems to be something around the 80 price level and crude oil. You know. All right. So Russell 2000 has a lot of strength right now, but the problem on a daily is it's abutting the 50-day moving average. Now, folks, if the Russell 2000 breaks through here, it's going to try to go higher. So keep your eye on the Russell 2000, okay? Dow Jones, I like where the Dow is looking. And also, most of the strength today, by the way, is represented on blue chip stocks. For example, real estate, consumer defensive, basic materials, healthcare, utilities, financial. That's where the money, that's the Dow Jones. So RSP, the Dow, it's looking good. And again, I'm very, very encouraged. And I really hope that we can close higher here. Because if we can close higher here, we actually have a breakout on the broad market, which would be much better than seeing this right here. The tech is what's causing this to subside. Semiconductors, we got to build a base here. We got to build a base. And the longer this consolidates, the longer there'll be an opportunity for it to go down before coming back up. But I still like the 265 level, and I'm bullish on chips as long as we can remain above. You can see there's still resistance here, but it's getting better. Good, Cyrus. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good, Terry. Good. Good, good, good. Glad to hear that. I love when a plan comes together. What I don't like is this on the SPY. Don't like that at all. Just a bunch of nothing. This is actually, if you want to know the truth, this is what a Friday typically looks like. And also something else. If you consider the S&P, look at the range we've had. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 days. This is last Friday, this is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and this is today. That's quite a lot of momentum. That's a lot of momentum. That's a lot of juice. Okay? No, it wasn't a short squeeze, just a lot of juice. So my point is, it wouldn't be uncommon for us today on a Friday to have just a little consolidation. Not at all. Matter of fact, even if this market intends to go higher, we would need to consolidate around here. And I would be very, very careful because these lows are getting deeper and it's taking us longer time to come out of this. Like days like this are very dangerous. Okay. I think Meta's an all-time high. That's one of the stocks on my list right now, actually, Brendan. Okay. So let's get into the stocks, and I'll let you guys go out on Friday, a little earlier today since it's Friday. Richard says the second high did not break this morning high and I anticipate a drop this afternoon. Well, very possible. Very, very possible. I mean, there's no directional bias right now. There's no directional bias at all. Brett says on RSP, might the 182.94 level be a resistance? Did a VWAP? Now look at this, guys. Look at how fancy folks here are getting. They're speaking my language. I like this. RSP, 182, a VWAP. You know, Brett, if I didn't know any better, I would sound like I would think you're like a professional trader talking like that. I like this. I like what I'm seeing here. Okay, what's the question now? I did. This is great. I'm loving this. Let me post this so you guys can participate in this. This is what Brett just posted. Post it for everybody so people can see things like this. Look at Brett. Look at him go. So what did you do? You 182, let's see, 182, 94. I don't really see much resistance here, honestly. And look how it's moving. Did a VWAP around the high volume. Let's see. Around here, I imagine. Yeah, we're well above it. Nah, I like this. As long as we keep moving higher, even though these are fairly sheepish candles, as long as we keep higher, I like this. I like this. But I like how you analyze. I like how you're writing. I mean, I wish everybody would write me those kind of emails. Like I could respond very quickly. That's why I always say best teacher ever. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. Look at you guys go. Getting all fancy on me. I love it. I'm thinking, did I write that or did somebody else write that? That's good. By the way, Morgan Stanley looking fantastic right now. Fantastic right now. Look at this one, Richard. That's a beautiful move right there. You told us there would be a training today at noon. I know. I did. One second. Let me pull up my notes, and I will give you a training. I always do what I say. I think I've already given you a few trainings today in the 16 minutes we've been here. Oh yeah. Side of going out of the money. Oh, I remember exactly what I wanted to talk about. Okay. I remember exactly what I wanted to talk about. So I want to show you guys an email I got yesterday. This is kind of funny, Matt. I didn't even tell you this. Matt and I, since the moment we got into the office, we've been just working with the computer. Okay, let me just find this email. Riddle me this, riddle me that. It was a great email I got yesterday. Here it is. Matt, I didn't even share this with you yesterday. John, if you're here, I hope you don't mind me sharing it. I mean, it was a great question, so I got this email yesterday from John. I don't think your email address, your email. I'll tell you what. I'll just repost I'll copy and paste the email. Here's the email I got yesterday from one of our members. Okay, John. I'll just use John. Okay, that's his name, John. This is the email I got yesterday from him at 5 o'clock at night. Check this out. This is a great email, Matt. Here, let me post this in. Can you repost that on? Can you repost that on YouTube? People can see it. For some reason, if I post, it doesn't want to cooperate with me. So this is the email I got yesterday. Can you guys see it? That was the email I got yesterday. So first of all, it was a great email because. Would you post it on YouTube, Matt? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's too long.
It's too much? Okay, well, okay, you know what? Here's what I'll do.
Try to shorten it.
Yeah, I was just going to say start with the Nancy Pelosi disclosed the following trades. Just do that. So I got an email yesterday. You'll see it in a second, Santiago. You guys could see it here, right? Yeah. Nancy Insider. So I got an email yesterday from John, and it says, riddle me this. Nancy Pelosi just disclosed the following positions. And Matt will post those positions on here. And the question was, why do that deep in the money options and such a long expiration? Just trying to understand the logic. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys could see it. So what do I always tell you guys here? So, okay, finally, Matt posted it. You guys could see it. I was actually very interested in this. Hey, Rochelle, I was very interested because I didn't know what positions Pelosi had, and I was actually very curious about them. So, first few interesting things I wanted to write about this. There's a lesson here. NVIDIA, well, we know she's big on NVIDIA, and NVIDIA just made an all-time high. Okay. Also, look at VST. VST was the third fastest gaining stock in 2024. Third. I don't remember the second one. T-Buzz asked me yesterday. I remember the first one was NVIDIA. The third one was VST. I think the second one was the one that Jack Carter loves. I forgot the name. AVGO. I don't quote me on that. I think that's the case. Okay. All right. And then the third one is TAM. Notice all these stocks, except TAM, are really moving. But what you will notice, I don't know why she bought this one. This looks like a dog. But notice something. Why does Nancy go deep in the money? Why is she buying options that are deep in the money? Why is she going? Can anybody explain it to me? I'm going to give you guys a big clue. It's for the exact same reason we go deep in the money. Why do we go deep in the money? Because Nancy's too cheap to buy the stock. So she wants something that's going to behave exactly like the stock without having to pay up the price. So instead of paying $53, she's going to only pay $20. But she's going to be completely in the money. Okay? So let me ask you guys an interesting question. Is Nancy Pelosi doing anything differently than what we are doing here and what I teach you to do? And yes, her husband knows exactly what he's doing. Okay. So should there be any surprise? Should there be any surprise to this? She's buying high delta and she's buying a long time because she wants to buy a stock on the cheap, which is exactly what I tell you guys to do all the time. Okay. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to show you the stocks. Number two, but I wanted you to understand she's doing exactly the same thing we're doing. She's buying, when you go deep in the money, you're buying intrinsic value. You're buying a piece of the company. Right. Good, Lydia. I didn't know that. Thank you for that information. So she just bought 10 days ago. Yeah, she bought in the beginning of the year. It's not, well, it's more profitable if you make money. If you lose money, it's less profitable because you're leveraging yourself more. Instead of paying $53, she paid probably about $30. And VST, instead of paying $191, she probably paid about $70, probably half. So she was able to buy all of these stocks for about half of the price. There you go. So I wanted you guys to know she's doing exactly the same thing we're doing. She's buying deep in the money and she's buying more time than she needs. We don't need that much time because we're not position trading. But if we were position trading, that's what we would be doing. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about. Oh, the second question I got. This is a really good question. I'm going to show you two stocks. Here's DBX. And here's DoorDash. Which stocks? So here's DBX and here's DoorDash. Remember I had a session last Friday and showing you stocks that were more liquid, stocks that I like? So a question for you. What stock is better, DoorDash or Dropbox? Now, I wanted to trick you and find two stocks that look very similar. So I wanted to see if you guys can pick the difference between those two stocks. Okay? Now, forget Peter. Yet last week on Friday, the word volume was not mentioned. Just a little note. The word volume was not part of that discussion. That 110 stocks I showed you, volume was not part of the discussion. Why are you writing volume if volume has nothing to do with what I'm asking you? I do, Darren. I do. But that's not, I just wanted you to learn a lesson. What she's doing and why she's doing it, it's none of my business. But she can't pick stocks better than I can. So it doesn't really matter if she has inside information. All I asked you guys is which stock, if you had the choice between one stock, I didn't ask you why. I'll talk about why. Just pick a stock. Either you have two stocks that almost look identical. Identical. Which one would you pick if you can buy one? You can buy either Dropbox or you can buy, what was the other one? Dash. Very simple. All right, let's see how many people say DBX and how many people. You know, Matt, we could do a survey, can't we?
Yeah, we can.
Let's do a survey. Survey says
Which stock would you buy, right?
is DBX or Dash. Yeah. Are you doing it? I can't see it.
Um, should be 1 second. There we go. All right,
Oh,
it's
there's the
launched.
survey. Which stocks would you buy? We can't vote, Matt. I don't see the numbers. Do you?
I do.
All right. So what do you got so far?
Right now, I've got 81% DBX or 80% DBX, 20% Dash.
Okay. Let's see how we end. And I wanted to find two that were really close to each other. See, I didn't tell you last week I was going to test you on this, did I? What do you got so far, Matt? I can't see the results. Matt can. I can't.
Still at 79 DBX, 21 Dash.
Okay. Well, you guys are right. It's DBX. DBX is a better stock. DoorDash has too many wicks. Been choppy for too long. Although choppy for too long is not that bad, but it's got more up and down, up and down, up and down. Over here, I would say they're probably equal. But over here, when we get into this area, DBX looks better and it's following through and it has less back and forth and it's less wicky. Volume was not part of this exercise. What's it at now, Matt?
79-21.
All right.
80-20.
80-20 is pretty good. No, it's not Robert. It's not Dash. It's DBX. Pops, I'm going to repeat this again. The word volume is not part of this exercise. I love how people try to interject things that have nothing to do with my question. It's not part of the exercise. All right. Matt, what's the final?
80-20.
80-20. All right. Show them the results and let's move on. There it is. I've taught you well. I don't think it would be 80-20 without last Friday's lesson. I think it would be more 50-50 without last Friday's lesson. Do you guys agree? Chris says was a big key for me. Good. 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 All right. Let me close this and we'll continue. All right. That was fun. All right. Now let's talk about stocks that I like. So I gave you 2 lessons today and a quiz. Oh, that's good, Dave. FSLR. I don't know what Newton is, but that's good. Now, very, very choppy. Very, very choppy. But I like the stock because once they move, they move. And it looks like it wants to go down. I would put my stop loss right here, probably about 186. Go about 28 days out. $70 delta, 182 put, 182.50 put right here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Ken. Ooh, Newton. I hope Apple doesn't sue him. Oh God, look at this market. Look at this thing. Definition of chop. All right, so let's move on. And I would put my stop somewhere around the 15 here. Although this is a pretty choppy stock, but when they move, they can move. ANF, also choppy stock, but again, a stock that can move pretty well. When they're choppy, you need to buy more time. 28 days out. This is the last choppiest stock I think we have today. 35 days to go. Can't even find options for this thing. Forget it. Forget the stock. Let's find a different one. STNG. That's a smooth stock. Very, very smooth stock. Very smooth stock. Very smooth stock. Go right here at about 53. 28 days to go. 76 delta. 52.50 right here. CNX. Finally, this thing breaks the 200. I would use the 15, about 30.84. Stop. 28 days out. 71 delta. 31 put. Good, SJ. I'm glad you saved the video. Oh, we got 422 here, and we got 81. We got 500 people watching, Matt. STNG. 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 We've talked about it many times. HAE. Let's wait for this one to break below. Not a lot of shorts today, folks. Not a lot of shorts today. Long side. Spotify. Nice breakout right here. I would go below this area about 474. Also helps to go to calls. 28 days out. We'll have to do a spread. 510 call, buy, 515 sell for $2.50 or less, or you could do the 510 versus 520 for $5 or less instead of $2.50 or less. Nice, Steve. Next one, Luna. Luna. We have a neighbor with a dog named Luna. Nice lab. About $20 as a stop. Nice lady. 72 delta, 21 call. Hood, a fintech stock, a little deviated from the 8-day EMA. I would wait for a pullback. But if I was buying the option, I would go 28 days out, 72 delta, 48 call right there. If you get RS on Dash and DBX, Dash is higher. Thanks, Cyrus. But I'm not looking for relative strength. I'm looking for the quality of the trend. I was very specific. Which stock looks better? Oh, I never got another dog. That's the lady that trains my Rachel for horseback riding. She got a dog. Oh, I'm gonna have a test like this every Friday. I promise you. I'm gonna give you guys a. I want to get you guys. I'm gonna teach you guys something. I'm gonna give you a test to see how well you guys done it. Nice smooth stock. A lot of high volume candles around here, which is great. Helps propel price higher. Go right here, about 34. Still pretty close to the 8-day. 34. Go about 28 days out. 70 delta. 39.50 call right here. And stop at the 15-day. BE. BE. Kind of choppy, but starting to break out of it pretty good. A little too far from the 8-day EMA. 28 days to go. 73 delta. 27 call. You know what? There may be one more short. Yeah. Wouldn't mind selling this if it goes back to the VWAP today. Short on ELF. Matt, check this out when you get a chance. It's really nice too on the daily.
Mm-hmm.
Very weak stock today. All right, let's continue. If it moves to the VWAP, maybe I'll give you guys an alert. Let's continue. BE, nice breakout right here. 28 days to go. 73 delta, 27 calls. Stop right at the 50 day. I would wait for it to get closer to the 8 day. To the 8 day. EPR, beautiful stock. Beautiful stock. Beautiful stock. Maybe wait for it to consolidate a little bit, but I don't think it's going to hold back too. I would go probably about 67. 28 days to go. 71 delta. 72.50 call. Yeah, it is a beauty. This one looks like a beauty too. Nice stock. Take a look at this, Matt. Alaskan Airline. When you get a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at this highlight. This would be a good one to get at the at here, 8 day. Oh, yeah. Yep, yep. Losing my mind. All right. Yeah, I like this one. 28 days out, 69 delta, 67.50 calls. X. ALK. I like ALK, but I don't want to buy it at 69.96. I want to buy it at 68. I want to buy it close to this area right here. DBX, already talked about DBX and DoorDash. We'll skip DoorDash for now. All right, DBX, if you guys want to buy DBX. 28 days out, 88 delta, 30 call right here. Okay. All right, Matt, do you have seasonality for us?
Got the week ahead.
All right, let's do that. And folks, I'll be having a class at 1 o'clock on gaps. Matt, do you have a link you can post for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And if you guys have any questions, roger@rogerscott.com. I usually don't respond Friday late, early Saturday. That's like my rest time, but then I get back to normal. And if you can post, yeah, there you go. All right, folks, go ahead, Matt. Take it from here. Thought you were covering volatility here. I'll talk about volatility on Monday, but I've talked about volatility. I wasn't going to talk about volatility, but I will on Monday. if you want me to, Al. Just send me an email and I'll talk about whatever you want me to on Monday. All right, Matt. Do you want to you sharing the screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Here we are right here. Here is the week ahead. This is going from Monday, and it's going about 8 days out. Noticeable dip on the first. That's pretty much across the board in one form or another. Here's the indexes down here. But overall, pretty strong in most things. If we move out a little bit further, see that we tend to get remain strong or maintain the
They
strength.
can't see your screen. You're not sharing your screen.
I am. What the heck?
We could see a beautiful landscape, but I mean a
That's
beautiful
not right.
sunset or sunset. Oh, you're welcome, Camille. Yes, please share the screen.
Screen two.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Okay, you can see that.
Yep.
All right. Well, you heard me say it, but it starts on Monday. It's all the way on the left on all these graphs. There's basically next week. There's a dip on the first, but pretty much across the board, we seem to be pretty bullish for January. I'm sorry, February, not January. It's the strongest. Tech has a pretty big lull here. Probably energy or basic materials. Those are both pretty good numbers. Notice the scaling is different on each one of these. So that's definitely pretty strong. And the market's been strong. Let me move you over to chart. You're just going to have to go without the sectors in the name. There's the ticker, though. Here, right here, is your sectors on the long side. A little bit of strength coming back into the markets. Profit factors are all improving. Really, this is a large move in industrials. 19 for or 18 for 19 with one flat trade there. Consumer discretionary also really tearing it up. Healthcare is not too bad. That's the long system. Short system has nothing. I'll spare you even staring at it. Here's your 10-day hold for the sectors. They do look better than yesterday. Profit factors are improving, but they're still pretty low. Nothing looks too appetizing except for healthcare up here at the top. That's pretty strong. 79%, 2.2 profit factor. That's on a 2-week hold. So it doesn't have the advantage of getting out on an up day. And it's still been doing really well. So that's a decent sample size. I'd say that's probably the biggest winner. Profit factor, you are break even or in the profit on a 2-week hold for 433 out of 550, which is again pretty strong. Accuracies aren't too great on a lot of these though. So we're mildly bullish on seasonality. Few standouts, but nothing really breaking any records here. That is all I got. Let me post the link again.
Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you guys in about 16 minutes in the other room.
The XLC profit factor looked better. Yeah, it does, but it only has 5 trades. The ETF hasn't been around too long. So for seasonality, it's kind of important. We need sample size. All right, folks. Have a great weekend. See you all. Well, you'll see Roger at the 1 o'clock. And you'll see me on Monday. Bye, everyone.